That's my secret, cat. I'm always angry.
All right. I ran out of patience. On the roost!
Hey everyone, Captain, big fan of Spider-Man.
Avengers! Assemble.
Hello, Peter.
Hello and welcome to the Infinity Saga and Beyond, an MCU fan podcast. I am here to be breaking down the Moon Knight trailer whenever it drops. It said halftime, but it is halftime of the game and has yet to drop. So, just going to be waiting here patiently until it does. Also, the way that they're promoting this, the really weird way they said Moon Knight, and then a really weird way they said Marvel. They said Marvel. Yeah, Marvel was a character in the comics too, but just funny that I guess he's not a big Marvel guy. Whoever the announcer is, I forget who it is. Steve White, maybe. No, it's not him. Who is it? Okay, so it's done. Trailer's done on the TV, and here it is now. Let me share this. Okay, here we go. We are going to watch the trailer for Moon Knight.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I think I'm losing it.
Real catch you are. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. Shut up! There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
The suit is so cool. All right, so that was pretty rad. Really, really dug that. The suit looks great. Refocus that. The suit looks great. Looks fantastic. For people that don't know, Moon Knight is, a person with dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities. He's got a few. That's why he's confused that somebody's calling him Mark. Mark Spector is one of his aliases. So that looks awesome. I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out. It looks like it's taking place in London, which I think is really cool because Moon Knight has sometimes been in New York for sure. I know in the Ultimate Universe, he takes, a lot of his stuff takes place in New York. But yeah, it looks wonderful. I can't believe that we're getting it. It looks serious in tone, a little bit of comedy with the contact lens stuff. I think that looks great. Yeah, here you go. We got Logan saying that's different. Love that. We have Sean saying, love the way the suit forms around him. Yeah, that was really cool. That was a really cool visual that we saw there. Man, I mean, this is what I wanted from Moon Knight. You know, I'm not super familiar with him. I have read some things with him in it. I haven't read any of his individual runs. But we're going to be, Logan says the glowing eyes are cool. Here's the plan. So it's premiering March 30th. So the plan is I'm going to do some build up to Moon Knight. I'm going to have some guests on. Hopefully, we're going to read some Moon Knight stories. And we're going to talk about them and kind of how we think this could show up in the show, since we have these, like 10 weeks, right? Yeah, about like 10 weeks to go here. I think that's how we're going to kind of do it. We're going to go with the build up of to Moon Knight here, because that is something that I think would be helpful. Help people learn about the character before he premieres on the show, because he is kind of a lesser known character. A lot of the stuff that gets passed around from Moon Knight are like edited panels of him asking where his effing money is and stuff. And that's not really something from the comics. That's just something somebody edited and people share it all the time. And they're like, I can't wait for Moon Knight. It should be rated R because he curses like this. But that was really an edited panel. So for me, that kind of stuff is, if we can help educate maybe some people and help learn who this character is before, and educate myself, before the show comes on, that's something I would really love to do. So we're going to watch it again here. And if you're on the audio, you're going to listen to it again here. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit so that way I can maybe say some commentary. But let me go ahead and share this again. Here we go. So he's playing with his Rubik's Cube.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
So what I like about this, before we continue going, what I like about this scene here, as he gets out of the bed, at some point here, he's probably tied himself down due to either, he said he has a sleeping disorder, which I'm thinking he means he thinks he sleepwalks, so he's tying himself down, or it's after he discovers that he has this identity disorder, that he's doing this to make it so people do not, so that way he doesn't go somewhere, right? Though you think they would just be able to untie it or whatever. So I don't know. That's kind of my thought processes at this point. So let's go ahead and get back to it.
I'm losing it.
I love his accent, by the way.
Real catch you are. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen.
See, so here he's going by Steven instead of Mark.
Between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
I really love that scene. I love the reflection staying in the mirror, in the glass.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult.
You got Ethan Hawke.
In your head. There's chaos in you.
I love the idea of that, him kind of waking up with the gun in his hand, seeing that he shot somebody. Like, imagine you're in his shoes and you don't remember doing that, and you're just kind of waking up driving and finding a body in the back of the truck. That would be kind of terrifying.
Embrace the chaos.
Wow, yeah, it looks great. Sean asks, is this going to be the darkest Disney Plus MCU show so far? I think so far it would be WandaVision, but this seems darker. Yeah, I think this is going to be just the subject matter it's dealing with, I think is bigger than WandaVision. WandaVision, while dark, got darker near the end. Like the first 3 episodes were great lighthearted stuff. In WandaVision, I think this is like dealing with, having somebody with these personality disorder where he doesn't really understand what's going on. And look, this is great for Oscar Isaac. He's going to be able to play like 6 characters in the show if they give him as many personalities as he has in the comics. So I would be really cool him having like, pretty much being able to act 6 different roles. In this one where he's Steven, he's probably the cabbie. I think Moon Knight has a cabbie persona, and I'm assuming he doesn't always use the British accent. Like that woman sounded American for Mark, and Mark Spector, I believe, is usually American. So it could be something like he's doing the accent when we're introduced to him because he's Steven. And then later on, we're introduced to him as Mark, and he speaks with an American accent. And, these other personalities where he's going to have different, ways of speaking and being able to tell them apart. Alex asks, will Moon Knight be one of the new Avengers? That's a good question. I don't know if he's actually going to become an Avenger. There are other teams he's been a part of in the past in the comics. The way I look at it, I think some of these characters are not I think some of these characters are not going to be in the Avengers. Whenever we have Avengers 5, I mean, that would be a huge roster. We already kind of had a huge roster with Endgame, but I think whenever they do Avengers 5, it might be a smaller roster at first. And I don't think some of these characters are going to make the cut. I think he's going to make the cut into a different team. Maybe something like a Midnight Suns or something like the Defenders, something street level. Or, Midnight Suns dealing with, being part of the universe with characters like Ghost Rider and Werewolf by Night, which Werewolf by Night's actually getting its own special on Disney Plus as a Halloween special. Hasn't been officially announced, but all the trades have reported on it and it's starting filming soon. So seems like for Halloween this year, we're getting a Werewolf by Night, like 40-minute special, which could have like Moon Knight in it. But I think some of these characters like Moon Knight, Blade, Black Knight, I think some of those characters are going to be in their own little universe that may not be actual Avengers, to answer your question. It's interesting, though. We'll see how it goes, because right now, as I keep saying on the show, we have so many different paths and storylines going on. We have the John Walker, Yelena storyline with Val, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, putting together a team. We have the street level crime stuff like Hawkeye, Echo, Moon Knight, those type of characters coming into it. We have the cosmic side with the Marvels coming out. Fantastic Four is going to be coming at some point. Guardians Volume 3. So we have the cosmic side there. And then we also have some of the other characters that are like Avenger level. So it's very interesting to see how they pull this off. And is it building up? And we got the Kang storyline, through Loki, the multiverse, through Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home. So we have the multiverse stuff, Quantumania. It's going to be interesting to see how they kind of work all of this out and how they're going to. Are they building up to one big event, or are they building up to like 3 or 4 miniature events in this phase? Are we getting different are we getting a different structure to phase 4 than we have for the first 3 phases? And I think that's the main question when it comes to this. I don't think it's as easy as saying we had the Infinity Saga, now we have the Multiverse Saga. We have the Infinity Saga, and then we have all these little things going on in phase 4 that are going to build up, and maybe we'll at some point get a name that we can call it the something else saga. But I'm not sure I'd put my money on that. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It is kind of late. I got get ready for work and stuff, but I do appreciate everybody that stopped in and asked some questions and commented and watched this Moon Knight trailer with me. As I said, the goal is to do a build up to Moon Knight, which is coming March 30th. So we got some time. We're going to do some comic reading, and for people that don't know, there is an app called Hoopla. I was introduced to it by another podcast. If you have a library card, you can sign up for Hoopla for free, and you can check out books and like electronic books and electronic comics, stuff like that, digital movies even, I think, are on there. And what you would do is, I might pick an arc that is on Hoopla, and then if anybody wants to follow along with it, if they have Hoopla or Marvel Unlimited, you'd be able to listen, read the arc and then listen to the comics as we kind of break down this character and get ready to see, maybe we read his first origin and then we go from some of these newer origins that have come out and see how he's gotten to this point and get ready and familiarize ourselves with Moon Knight before it's time to do the recaps, which I don't know who's going to be on the recaps yet either. So I'm going to have to ask around and see who I'm going to get on the recaps for Moon Knight with me. But if you want to give us a follow, if you're watching this live, you already know where to follow us because you're watching it. But for the audio listeners, if you're trying to reach us, Twitter at TO Infinity Saga, Facebook.com/Infinity Saga Beyond, or email us marvelplusrecaps@gmail.com. Give us all your thoughts. I'll read. If I get enough feedback and stuff, I'll go ahead and do a feedback show and stuff like that. I think there's a way to leave voicemails on the Anchor site. I think there might be a link in the show notes. But if you want, we'd be able to play those on air too. Either way, go ahead and give us a follow. Reach out to us. Leave us a review if you'd like. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.